Hello AACPS staff and welcome back to another short Nearpod tutorial. This one we're going to talk about another option under the Create to just create an activity. Just like the option to create a video, this implies that your entire lesson is already built and ready to go outside of Nearpod and you just need a standalone activity in order to test the students' understanding or get them engaged or ready to learn. When I click on the activity option, you'll see that we have just 4 of Nearpod's activities ready in this quick start activity tool. We can choose the matching pairs, time to climb, draw it, or a drag and drop activity that might allow students to categorize, sequence, label, sort, and more according to Nearpod's directions. For this video, we're going to choose the time to climb and focus on what you can do with that specific activity. Time to climb at its simplest description is a quiz for your students, but it's much more engaging than your ordinary quiz because the students are racing to get to the top or the finish of the quiz. This makes it very Kahoot-like according to the teachers that have used it before. So once you select on time to climb, you're here on the page to create your first question. But you'll also notice over here on the right-hand side that you have the ability to choose time to climb activities that are already pre-created and in Nearpod's library. If I don't want to use one of those activities, I'm back over here on the left-hand side where I can focus on writing my own questions. So you'll notice that the question type is very much multiple choice type of question here. So I have the box at the top to put in my question text. Then I have the option to choose the type of answers that I would like my students to select from. Are they going to be text-based answers, or am I going to add images to the answer choices instead? For this example, I'll use text, and you even have the ability to add additional answers for however many answer choices you might need. Once you have all of your answer choices in, you're going to check to tell Nearpod which answer is correct for this. I also have the ability to check multiple answers if I want this to be a multiple selection as opposed to a multiple choice. Over on the right-hand side, I even have the ability to attach an image to the question itself if I would like to. And finally, before clicking the button here at the bottom to add another question, I want to address the time over here. How long do I want my students to be able to have to answer this particular question here? The default is 30 seconds. However, if you want to force it to go a little bit faster, or if you want to give them more time for your younger learners to read the question and carefully consider the answer choices, you can change that default time to increase or decrease the time that is available there, simply by putting in how many minutes or seconds you want them to have to answer this question. Once you have all of that information filled in, we are ready to click Add Question at the bottom and move on to creating our second question for our Time to Climb activity. Once you have all of your questions created, you'll click Save down here at the bottom, and your activity is now ready for you to deliver it to your students as a part of a Nearpod lesson or as a standalone activity. And finally, I want to show that you have the option with existing Nearpod lessons in which you had included a quiz to convert these into Time to Climb. So you don't have to recreate any of your existing quizzes that you had made in Nearpod before Time to Climb was an available activity. Right here in this Nearpod lesson, I have a quiz. When I select on this particular thumbnail in the lesson, I have an option in the upper right here to convert to Time to Climb. When I select it, it's going to ask me if I want to keep the original slide or if I just want to convert it to Time to Climb. If I choose no, it's going to convert this to the Time to Climb activity, take me into the activity creation window so that I have the ability to update any question text or answer text if I want to, and once again choose the specific time that I'm allowing my students to have to answer each of those questions. Once I've adjusted any of my settings for this activity from that quiz, I would simply click Save, and it's now going to be added to my lesson as a Time to Climb activity instead of the original quiz. So I hope this video has helped you see how to add a Time to Climb, but also how to make just a standalone activity rather than an entire Nearpod lesson using the Create, activity button.